Okay, can I see some hands, please? Okay, introducing to you the top table, in no particular order. Okay, we've got Richard, he's the best man. He's the man. We've got Richard, everybody. Okay, next. We've got Charlotte, everybody. It's Charlotte. That's Richard's partner, she's a bridesmaid. She's looking lovely. That's Charlotte. We've got Charlotte. Okay, next. We've got Karen, everybody. It's Karen. The mother of the groom. It's Karen, everybody. Okay, next. We've got Darren. It's Darren, everybody. He's a dude. Matt's stepdad. It's Darren. Nice moves. Where's next? Who's next? Next. We've got Maggie. Maggie, everybody. The maid of honour. What an honour. It's Maggie. Looking lovely. She's my daughter. Okay, who next? Ooh. It's Eleanor. She's a bridesmaid. She's made up. It's Eleanor. Okay, next. We've got Jackie. Mother of the bride, full of pride. There's Jackie. She's my wife. She's lovely. She's foxy. I'm Duncan, and I'm father of the bride. And I own this. There's only two left. Let's hear it. For Matt, he's the groom. He's a cat. He's a cool cat. It's Matt, the cat. Last, but by no means least, it's her day. She's looking gorgeous. She's my daughter. She's lovely. It's Tessa the bride. Let's hear it. Okay. Thank you, Adam. Okay, so I'm very nervous. I'm not used to speaking in the public for more than 30 seconds without being interrupted. A wife, two daughters, and cooking. So my name is Duncan. I'm father of the bride, and I have the honour of making the first speech. So Jackie, my wife, can everybody say shalom, Jackie? Shalom. Jackie and I would like to welcome you all here today. I first met Jackie at the zoo. I saw her standing there in a uniform and a cap, and I knew straight away she was a keeper. I was at the zoo, I applied for a job as a dolphin trainer, so they put me in the pool with a dolphin, but we just didn't click. I needed some advice, so I went to the owl enclosure, and there was a wise old owl sat on a perch, and I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Owl, I need some advice. I've just got engaged." And he said, "You twit to who?" The whole zoo thing didn't work, so I joined a band. We were called the Radiators. We were a warm-up act. Then I joined a band called the Duvets. We just did covers. And lastly, I joined a band called the Cat's Eyes. We just did middle of the road stuff. Right, enough of the jokes. So, on this day in history, in 1959, no wrong, 1932, on this day in history, 1932, a transatlantic flight. Amelia Earhart was the first woman single-handed to do the first Atlantic solo flight when she touched down an island. Okay, she then went on to have a successful career in aviation. Also, on this day in history, in 1959, a much shorter flight, my dad, Brian Ells, fell off a cliff at Portland. I thought I'd get him first. Needless to say, he didn't have a future in aviation, but he went on to become the man from the Pooh. But if you're interested, please speak to him afterwards. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. Okay. So I'd like to welcome everyone here today, friends, family, freeloaders, and colleagues, to Tessa and Matt's wedding. I can see that we have, and I've met you already, some of Matt's work colleagues here today. And obviously, I'd like to say, and everybody can show appreciation for the key workers during the pandemic. I think So it's traditional now that I share some stories about the bride. Please don't worry, Tessa. I'll only embarrass you once. I won't mention about the time when you were 3. You were sat naked on the toilet during Try Harder time, wearing only a pair of blue Wellington boots, singing Vera Jacka, and reading a book called Blue Kangaroo. So now the embarrassing bit. So Matt, I have to tell you, you weren't Tessa's first love. Oh. Can I get an ooh? Yes, there was another. And he's here today. Yes. It's Teddy! Teddy.
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
You have no idea the trouble we had finding these teddies. She packed 2 down here. They all went to St. Parks as well.
That's what it looked like new. That's what it looked like new, and that's what it turns into.
Okay, so I mentioned to the ladies at the back about a story. So now a wee fact about how Tessa got her name. So when I was deployed overseas in the Navy and away a lot, Jackie, can I say Shalom Jackie? Do you say Shalom? Used to watch a program called Homefront. And when the credits popped up, she saw this name, which she loved and thought she would use if and when she ever had a daughter. And her name was, drumroll, Tessa Shaw. Can you believe it? Now, Tessa Shaw used to present a programme with Kevin McLeod, but unfortunately, Tessa Shaw can't be with us today. But we do have Kevin McLeod. Stand up, Steve. Kevin McLeod. Now, Tessa, I want you to know you look beautiful and stunning in your dress. I felt so proud of giving you away today. And this is a really big thing for a dad. Just being there for you and never letting you down. Tessa, everyone knows you have a loving heart. You're caring and affectionate, fun-loving, and it's the perfect moment in front of family and friends to say how much your mum and I love you. And we're very proud of you. Take a drink. Okay. Matt, your turn. Now, Matt, when Tessa first introduced you to us, I had a good feeling in my heart. You're also caring, affectionate, and I can see you love Tessa very much. Also, you're tall, dark, and handsome. Much like myself. photo follows. Now, most of you know that Matt is a tech wizard. And if you go around his house, firstly, it will tell him that you were there. Perhaps I might get some for when the in-laws come around. Secondly, the house will be different to the last time you saw it. And thirdly, if you move inside, either a light will come on, or Alexa will inquire if you need anything. Seriously though, we love you, Matt. And the same applies to you as well as Tessa. We'll always be there for you if you need us, or any bacon. So, toast to the happy couple. May your marriage be filled with love, peace, and God's blessing. Salute. Cheers.
Today wouldn't have been as special without all the background chatter, if we hadn't been able to show our vows of all the people who matter. So first I'd like to raise a glass to all of you here today. You being here is the perfect gift. We're more grateful than words can say. Cheers, everybody. Now I've been told that there's one particular perk when you are the groom. I can talk uninterrupted with my mother-in-law in the room. So forgive me while I take advantage. The speech may take some time. But don't worry, as pretty much all of it is written in this rhyme. Thank you, Duncan and Jackie, for your support and for welcoming me. You've raised an amazing daughter, I'm sure you'll both agree. Thank you so much for saying yes to being my mother and father-in-law. You've helped us have the perfect day. We couldn't have wished for more. Brian, Gloria, John and Wenders, I'm here to serve you all. Broken TVs, duplicate photos, there's no job that is too small. But I always love spending time with you, even with the chores. All four amazing grandparents who Tessa admires and adores. Whilst I'm thanking parents, I'd also like to thank my own. Darren, you stepped into the role as dad. You've been there for me as I've grown. Mum, you've done an excellent job at raising a talented and smart young man. Adam, stand up and give us a wave before you can. But honestly, you've always supported me. You've taught me right from wrong. You've been there through the good and bad. You're the one who's kept me strong. So on behalf of me and my brothers, as I know they feel this too, we wouldn't be the men we are today if that hadn't been for you. So please everyone join me in raising a glass for our parents. To Adam and Dane, my ushers, thank you both for the help you gave, and a special thanks to our nephew Caleb for making them behave. To our niece and flower girl Faye, you look beautiful, I must say. And a really special thank you to all of our four stunning bridesmaids. You've all been amazing today. So let's raise a glass again to all of them for keeping us both sane. To Maggie, Charlotte, Chloe, Eleanor, Faye, Caleb, Adam and Dane. You don't have to repeat it. To the closest friend I've ever had, to Richard, my best man. I was only 16 years of age when our friendship first began. But we've shared some really great memories and we've always stayed in touch. You've always been there when I've needed you, and that will always mean so much. To all of my amazing colleagues who work with me at Castle View, thank you so much for throwing me an excellent stand do. You've all given me plenty of tips and tricks along the way, and I'm so grateful for your support and for having me here today. Now to my wife Tessa. No. Tessa. Wow. I'd always knew you'd make a beautiful bride, and I can't believe that I'm the one who's standing by your side. We've come a long way since the first time we met. Both in our late teens, the timing wasn't right yet. So when I spotted you on Tinder, swiping right came the ruse. And then I wooed you with my neon shorts and a date at Mackie D's. I made a great impression with your mum and dad as well, right? When I joined you at that festival in the Isle of Wight. Too much drink, an umbrella, and me crying like a clown. I don't think that they will ever let me live that down. But there's one thing I declare to them through my choked up drunken tears, and I'll say it again now as their son-in-law for everybody's ears. I'm so in love with your daughter, she's the best thing in my life, and I'm so unbelievably lucky to now call her my wife. Tessa, I know that loving a nurse isn't an easy thing to do. I work long hours and can't always explain the things I've been through. Yet you constantly keep me together no matter how bad my day. You know exactly just what I need and exactly what to say. I had a hole in my heart from losing my dad when I was just a boy, but you've repaired that hole and filled my heart with love, hope and joy. I can't wait for our future together. May all of our dreams and wishes come true. And now I'd like to raise a glass for my beautiful wife Tessa. Here's to you. That's all.
Right then, last speech. You can all go get pissed. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Matt's very special to me. Special thanks to the whole wedding party. Bridesmaids look fantastic. Parents also look fantastic. Jackie and Karen, you look superb. Darren and Duncan, much better than the Sunday morning after the start. I think all the lads can agree that the two older gents were a lot worse for wear than we were. And Darren comes out in just a towel and scares you. Anyway, I first met Matt when he was, as he said, a 16-year-old boy. I know, it sounds strange. He came to my care home. I'm a chef in a care home. And he was just looking for some hours. And he came in and he became my kitchen assistant. Pot wash, scrubber, bitch. Where am I at? One of his first shifts, actually, Karen rang me. And poor little Bobby, their family dog, was about to ascend 2 fields above. And he couldn't work. I know. I've written that. Karen will cry. I never got to meet Bobby. But I know, obviously, we've all lost a dog before, I'm sure. We've all lost a pet. And it hurts like hell. It sucks. So I said to her, do not worry. I will cover his shift. And I will look after him when he comes back. And he came back. And I gave him a big hug. And so there's a 14-year gap between me and Matt. So if maths does you right, I was 30 when he was 16. So a grown man hugging a 13-year-old boy. I mean, you know, in this day and age we live in. I'm lucky we're best friends and not locked up. So, I'm scrolled too far. Anyway, we'll move on. So he became my kitchen assistant, scrubber bitch. And mischief and bullying followed. So this guy has extremely long arms, extremely long legs. So he cleaned a lot of ceilings and a lot of tiles. And I tell you what, he could reach places that short people can't reach. I had him all over that kitchen. And his cleaning was quite good as well. We used to drink a lot of tea, and we used to eat a lot of sweets. This guy used to have 4 sugars in his tea. Now, Matt, you're getting a bit older now, mate. You got to watch that. You know, teenage metabolism isn't there anymore, and that belly, and also that receding hairline. Me and Dane know about that. Anyway, he was. Where are we at? So he used to take about 1,000 selfies on my phone a day, which many are on Facebook. He had a lot more hair as well. Yeah, we played some silly games, like how we could throw food across. I mean, yeah, I love my work and I'm very good at what I do. But we had a bit of fun as well. And one time he nearly killed me by throwing a chewy sweet across the kitchen, and we were trying to catch it in our mouths. And you said, I'm going to get it, I'm going to nail it. And I was like, give over. So this is like 15 yards across the kitchen. And he hit me at the back of the throat harder than... Let's not go there. However, Matty was destined for greater things, and he would not stay my kitchen assistant for long. He went off to uni to become a nurse, which was great. I travelled up to uni with Karen and Darren and Matt to move him in. Now, me and Matty are close, we're good buddies, you know, but that was the first night we shared a bed. Before we moved into the halls, we had a hotel room, and we stayed together. Funny enough, we had matching PJs that night. Some joggers, there's a picture somewhere. Second night we stayed together was at the Stag Do. Now, again, Tessa, I don't know how you put up with this guy. Snoring, wriggling, constant touching. I mean, he's just leave me alone. So, I do feel for you. But I tell you what though, in the morning he does make a cracking bacon sandwich. So that makes it all better. Anyway, moving on, so there was a time that Matt came over to us to tell us about his plans to propose to Tessa. We thought it was just an innocent cup of tea, and he came over and he was an absolute nervous wreck. And I tell you what, in this little build up to this, he's been alright, so I'm quite proud of him. We were just waiting for our phones to light up because we knew the day it was going to be happening. We didn't know Tessa that well at the time, but we've got to know her, and we've actually asked them previously to be godparents to our son. Which reminds me, we need a babysit tonight. If you can do that would be great. Okay, I haven't really got much dirt on him, so I'm not going to go into many things, but I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully. Not a bacon wrap. Wrap it up. Hopefully, as you kind of Duncan let it out of the bag, that yes, I was hoping to go home with a bridesmaid tonight. This one is my partner, so I've got a good 50-50 chance. Duncan said it, so that kind of ruined that joke. Anyway, last bits. So, Karen, bless you, once said to me, Matt was a very quiet boy when he was younger, obviously he lost his father quite early. And when he came to me, if you've ever worked in kitchens, we have a lot of fun. We get the job done. But she said, you've given me my son back, which for me, I'm just a normal guy. I think the world of him. He's a lovely lad. And but yeah, when she said that really struck home, and I just thought, you know, he's going to be a mate for a long time. But you can't replace a brother, stepfather. But if I can be anything towards this guy, anything like that, I'll be proud. So, and he's a good mate. I love him. It's simple to say. It's a word we don't use enough. I do. I love you, buddy. And
I love you, Rich.
I'm so proud of him, and I'm going to miss him now that he's gone to the dark side. Another good man down. And I think I am nearly done with the song. What's the song? No, I'm going to leave it there. You all look wonderful. Thank you all for being here very much. Matty, I love you, buddy. Can we just raise our glasses to the bride and groom? Thank you very much. I'm done. The end is near, and so I face final got a wife. Alone I'll be, as much for certain. That's all I had. I didn't write anything else. Thank you. Enjoy the day.